Welcome to the TB Dynamic Trader presentation. In this video, version 1.10.0 will be showcased. First, I would like to show you the kits for placing a trader location as well as the premium coins. All items included in this mod start with TBD, making it easier to find all the items. The mod itself has 12 different models for the traders, but NPCs can also be used. We will get to the topic of NPCs later in this video. In addition to the trader models, there are 3 premium coins: bronze, silver, and gold. These give either 1, 7, or 30 days of premium status. You will find out exactly what the premium functions are later in this video. Let's place the first trader now. To do this, I take any kit and place it at the desired position. After the kit has been placed, the setup menu becomes available via the F action. In this menu, we can see and select all existing positions or create a new one. We will now create a new position named Green M. We will correct the name later. Next, it asks if a copy of another trader position should be created. But since we want to create a completely new position, we select No. After confirming, we can now open the main menu. All red menu items can only be seen by admins. These are used for configuration. Let's come to the first admin menu. Here, a safe zone can be configured. After activating, further options are available. We can then configure the radius, the timeout when a player leaves it, and whether animals, zombies, or AI can enter the safe zone. Under the safe zone settings, we find the logging settings. Here you can activate Discord and CSV logs for buying or selling. In our example, I activate Discord logs first and CSV logs later. You can find the CSV files later in the server profile in the TB Mods Logs folder. To use a Discord channel for logging, you have to create a webhook channel. You must enter the URL into the designated field. After you have entered a URL, you can test it via the push of a button. Now that we have saved, the safe zone has become active. This can be recognized by the message in the top right corner. The player also receives a warning message when leaving the safe zone with the timeout value, and when this has expired, another message stating that they no longer have safe zone status. A tax can be set in the tax field. This affects all items sold by a player. You can also change the name of the trader in this menu. This is displayed in the F action for opening the trader. Let's correct this now. Another setting option is setting opening hours. If these are activated, this trader is only open during those times. The times can be configured in UTC or local server time. The times refer to real-world times, not in-game times. Let's now create an opening time for this position. I will set the time so that the trader closes in a few minutes. Let's now move on to creating offers for the trader. If you are already using another trader, there are various configuration converters on the help pages so that you can easily adopt the old configurations. At the moment, he doesn't have any. To do this, we click on the list symbol to open the corresponding configuration menu. In the first list, you will find all possible items available on your server. These can be filtered according to the DayZ vanilla categories. Let's create the first offer now. Clicking on the plus opens the corresponding menu for the item. First, let's determine the category for the item. The type is the type specified by DayZ and should not be changed. Unique name can be assigned individually. This makes it possible, for example, to create the same item twice, which can then be used in different trader positions with completely different properties. Of course, the same configuration can also be used at several positions. Let's now set the prices. When an item is sold to the trader, the selling price can be influenced by factors such as health, quantity, or whether it is a storage item. The storage condition also influences the purchase price. The smaller the storage, the higher the price. I will show more about storage configuration in a moment. If is premium is activated, then this item can only be purchased by players with premium status. More on this later. Premium discount is used to give players with premium status a percentage discount on the item. The last two options define how many items the player receives if this item is sold attached to another. More on this later. Finally, the currency for the item can be defined. This way, different currencies can easily be used at the trader. Now that we have saved this item, the category and the item have appeared in the middle part of the menu. It often happens that there is an item multiple times, just in a different variation. You can add these very easily. Simply search for them among the possible items and add them. This gives the player the opportunity to choose their preferred variation. The player's money is displayed at the top. Various banking mods are supported here so that the player does not have to have the money in their inventory. Let's now configure the item as a storage item. After activating the option, further settings are available, like maximum buy and sell price, whether the storage should be refilled or emptied after a server restart, or whether the maximum or minimum storage should be ignored when buying or selling. In addition, the maximum storage, the current storage, and the automatic refilling or reducing of the storage, including a timer for it, can be set. If the reduce per tick value is negative, the storage is replenished. If it is positive, it is reduced. Let's configure the storage now. After configuring, the storage is directly available. The interface is also updated when a player buys or sells the item, or when the timer has added or removed a new item from the storage. Attention! If you use the item at several positions, the storage counts for all positions. Let's move on to position management. A trader can have multiple positions. You can also delete individual positions in this menu. To add another position, you need another kit. This position can be located anywhere on the map. Place the kit and then open the Setup menu. Select the trader to which you want to add a position in the menu and press Add as New. After confirming, the new position is active and the other has automatically disappeared. Now you can manually change the trader position via the Position menu. To do this, simply click on the Set button of the position. You can add as many positions as you like. Let's move back to Position Before. You can also add names to the individual positions. These are intended for your own better overview. Of course, you don't have to change the trader's positions manually. You can also do this automatically. Just set the min move and max move values. These are in minutes. The server will then change the trader's position within this time. I will set it to a very short time frame now to demonstrate it. The position will never be the same after the time has expired. Let's speed up the time a little. After the time has expired, the position has now changed. Do you remember? At the beginning of the video, I configured opening hours. These have now expired, and the player can open the menu, but they only see a message that the trader is currently closed. Now that I have extended the opening hours, the trader is open again. Any number of opening hours can be set. I have now swapped the configuration in the background, which already contains significantly more items and has a different position. To load these, I can simply use the Reload button. Here we now see a trader with several items and several categories. I now own one or more items that I want to sell at the trader. If he accepts them, I can mark them together and sell them using the Sell Selected button. Of course, I can also sell them individually with the Sell button. This feature is particularly useful if the user has a lot of items they want to sell. Simply search via the filter, choose Select All, and Sell. This makes the selling experience much more pleasant. Of course, every sale or purchase is logged. For this purpose, we activated the logs earlier. Categories are created automatically as soon as an item with a new category is added. These can be sorted as needed. Briefly close and reopen the menu, and the categories will be displayed in the new order. Let's look at the NPC configuration now. The special thing about the NPCs in the TB Dynamic Dealer is that they do not consume any server performance and have no collision. More on this later. To activate an NPC, check the checkbox. Afterwards, further configuration options open up. You can now select the character type, the slot, or the item the NPC should wear. If an item has been added to a slot, the slot selection automatically changes to the next slot, and all suitable items for it are displayed. The items come from all trader configurations. This way, an outfit can quickly be created for them. Here we can see now that the NPCs have no collision. This has the advantage that players cannot influence the trader's position. Of course, you can change the clothing again at any time. Let's now change the location to another trader. I would now like to address the topic of accessories and attachments to items. We now have a few pre-made weapons here. These already possess fixed attachments and optional attachments. The fixed attachments are not charged extra, whereas the optional ones must be paid for by the player. The quantity that the player can buy can be set. To make changes, we find the weapon in the Edit menu. Attachments can be moved between optional and fixed attachments, or completely removed. To change the quantity, we can now edit the attachments directly. For this, these two values can be adjusted. The first is for fixed attachments. The second for optional. After the change, the player can now adjust the quantity in both categories. To be able to configure all possible attachments for an item, a checkmark can be set in the top right corner. Now, all matching items are displayed under the global items. These can now easily be added. Let's buy a few attachments for a weapon at another trader. By default, only items in the player's inventory that the trader also accepts are displayed. To quickly list all attachments that fit the desired weapon, we must activate all items. As a result, I can now activate Show Attachment on the weapon. Now all available attachments of the trader for this weapon are displayed. Let's take a look at the premium functions now. There is the possibility to make items only purchasable if the player has premium status. For this, the item must be set as a premium item. Afterwards, the item is made visible with a star in the player view. Since I currently have premium status, I can also buy it. I am now deleting my premium status and reloading the configuration. Now I am no longer able to buy this item. The second option for premium players is to give a discount on the purchase price. Once this is set, the price is reduced for them. But since I currently do not have premium status, I cannot see the reduced price either. To give premium status to a player, you can either give the player a premium coin or provide it to them via API. You can find more about the API in the documentation at doc.themodbase.com. I will now use a premium coin to give myself premium status. Subsequently, I can now see the reduced price. In the detailed view, this is now highlighted separately. To change or correct a trader's position, simply place another trader kit. In the Setup menu, you can then select the position you want to correct. Then select Replace. You can also simply copy a trader position. Just place a kit. Enter any name for the position in the Setup menu. In the next step, you will be asked if you want to copy an already existing position. Confirm this and select the position from which the copy should be created. Then click on Save. After the automatic configuration reload, the new position is available with all items. To change the trader's model, select the target kit. Place it. Select the position you want to replace in the Setup menu, and press the Replace button. Lastly, I will go into the inventory filter functions for the players, so that no player accidentally sells items that are in the player's main slots, or items that do not have an empty inventory. These are hidden by default. The player can show these, however, by deactivating the filters. In addition, they can also display all items that are not sellable at the trader. You can find the mod on themodbase.com. Thank you very much for watching.